This is Advanced Math 11.6 homework questions. That's Advanced Math, Unit 11, Lesson 6 homework questions. And we're in the textbook on page 666. Kids always freak out, no, that's an evil number. It's a number just like 333 or 478. It's just a number. So, quick joke, if 666 is evil, then 25.806975 must be the root of all evil. All right, another joke. Why didn't the skeleton go to school? Because his heart wasn't in it. Ha ha. All right, last one. What kind of music do mummies love? Rap music. What kind of music do mummies love? Rap music. Ha ha. Okay, we are getting started. The problems I'm going to do are 39 and 47, and I'm going to talk about these from in the textbook. I'm not going to do them all. I'm just going to discuss them and give you some hints. Okay, starting off with 39. Vertices are 4, 1 and 4, 9. And the foci is 4, 0 and 4, 10. Okay. So I have, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 4, 1 and 4, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have 4, 0 and 4, 10 as my foci. Okay, so you can tell, we know in this section they're hyperbolas, but on the test, when they don't tell you what it is, you can tell it's a hyperbola because of the location of your vertices and your foci, and you can tell it's opening up and down. Okay, midpoint formula, or count your way to the middle. 4 plus 4 divide by 2, 1 plus 9 divide by 2. Now you could do it over here with this set. It does not matter. You're going to get the same either way. 4 plus 4 divide by 2 is 4. 1 plus 9 divide by 2 is 5. So my center is 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And since it's opening up, y is coming first. Y minus 5 quantity squared minus x minus 4 quantity squared equals 1. Don't forget that 1. Okay, and I do know either A or B. Since it's going up and down, that is the y value. So from here to here is my b value, and that b value is 4 if you're to count the distance there. So b squared is 16, so the 16 goes underneath the y because that's the up and down. Now, how far right and left? I don't know how far right and left, but I know that my c value, which is from the center to the star, and it doesn't matter if you count up or down to either star, the length there is 5. All right, so we're going to use our c squared equals a squared plus b squared. And remember, it's always opposite of that sign there. C squared is 5 squared equals a squared plus 4 squared. Square and subtract, you get a squared equals 9. And as tempting as it is, you don't have to square root because this here is a squared. A squared is what I'm looking for. So in the a squared spot, I'm going to put the 9. And that's the answer for number 39. Okay, 47. The vertices are 0, 2 and 6, 2. And the equation of the asymptotes are y equals 2/3 x and y equals 4 minus 2/3 x. Okay. Okay, 0, 2. 6, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 2. And you can count your way to the middle or use the midpoint formula. 0 plus 6 divide by 2, 2 plus 2 divide by 2. You get 3 comma 2 for your center. Okay. Now I can tell, I don't know my foci, but I don't need to know the foci. I can tell I'm going to be opening right and left because my hyperbolas always open on the vertices. Wherever the vertices are is the direction my hyperbola is going to open, which means x is coming first. X minus 2 squared over a squared, and then y minus, and I flip-flop that around, it should be x minus 3. And then y minus 2 over b squared equals 1. All right. From the center to my vertex is either a or b, and in this case, since it's going right and left with the x-axis, that is my a value, and my a value here, if you were to count, is 3. 3 squared is 9. Okay, so again, I'm not going to use this up here because they didn't give me the foci. I was able to do it here because they gave me the foci, so I could find the value of c. Not going to do that in this problem. In this one, they gave me the equation of the asymptotes. Now, they don't look the way we usually write it, but we know enough to know the slope is plus or minus 2/3. Can you see that there and there? We know enough to know the slope is plus or minus 2/3. We know the slope is always plus or minus b over a, and we know a is 3. I'm going to write that over here. Plus or minus b over a, and we know a is 3, so we don't have to do any kind of reducing or figure out what it is. We know enough to know that if a is 3, then b must be 2. If b is 2, then b squared is 4. And that there is your answer for number 47. Okay. For the next section, I do want to give you some tools to use. Okay, so this is for numbers 55 through 64 in the textbook. And here are the tools I'm going to give you. Okay, how to tell what is what when it's a parabola. Parabolas for me are the easiest ones to find because they only have one square. So that's the first one I always look for. Is there only one square? If it's only x squared or only y squared, it's a parabola. You're done. The next one I like to look for is a hyperbola, because everything after a parabola has two squares, an x squared and a y squared. This is the only one that has one. So hyperbola has two squares, one's positive, one's negative. And when we're looking at this, everything's on one side of the equal sign. Like everything's on one side and it equals 0. If things are moved around, get everything to one side, make sure it equals 0, and then go through and figure out what is what. So everything on one side, it equals 0. There's two squares, one positive, one negative. It doesn't matter which one's which. It's automatically a hyperbola. Okay, the last two I look for is an ellipse and a circle. And it doesn't matter which one you find first. So I'm just going to write circle first, only because I want to. Circle and an ellipse. Okay, so these two are the most alike. That's why a circle is uniform around, and an ellipse is kind of just like a circle that's been squished one way or the other. Okay, so they both have two squares. They both have the same sign. Both plus plus or both minus minus. This is the only one that has one positive, one negative. And then the difference is for a circle, it has the same leading coefficient. And for an ellipse, it has different leading coefficients. All right, what that means is here they would be like 2x squared and 2y squared, or 3x squared and 3y squared. Where here, 2x squared and 5y squared. The numbers are not the same. Okay, so you will have questions on the test where they just give you an equation and ask you to figure out what the shape is. So I'm going to put up. Okay. So first thing I would check, is there only one squared? I'm on 55. Is there only one squared? No, there's two. Do they both have the same sign? Both positive? Yes, so it's not a hyperbola. Are the two leading coefficients same or different? They are different, which means it is an ellipse. Okay, next one. There's two squares, so it's not a hyperbola. They're both positive, so it's okay, I'm going to start over. There's two squares, so it's not a parabola. Parabolas have only one squared, so we know it's not a parabola. They're both positive, so we know it's not a hyperbola. The two leading coefficients are the same, so we know it is a circle. So that was 55 was an ellipse, and 56 is a circle. 57, right off, there's two squares, so it's not a parabola. One's positive, one's negative, so we don't care what the numbers are. One's positive, one's negative, it's automatically a hyperbola. All right, 58, easy peasy. There's only one squared, it's automatically a parabola. We don't have to check anything else. There's only one squared, it's automatically a parabola. All right, so you're going to use those tools to figure out the rest. That is it for this section of homework questions.